Hello there guys, it's a Flying Bird here. Now, a lot of people will know that the day of recording this, because I'm bulk recording everything for you so you have content, is Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Sun have been confirmed. Look, I'm going to be real with everyone. I love Pokemon. There is nothing I have against Pokemon, but I will not purchase Pokemon Sun and Moon if they don't give me something to love. And I know that sounds really silly and idiotic. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were done poorly. Let's be real. I think for a lot of purists, and I consider myself a purist, I enjoy Red, I enjoyed, earlier gens, nostalgia. Everyone can argue whatever points they want about me. You're a Gen 1 or you're this or that. The reality is, I started playing Pokemon late. I got my first Game Boy when I was about year 2. Got my first DS in about year 4. Got my first and got Dynapel in year 6. So apart from the first 2 gens, I got first 3 gens. I pretty much got every gen as they came out. But for me, Pokemon's been fading, and I know a lot of people, don't want to think about me because I do a lot of Pokemon on my channel. I recently started. Pokemon is getting stale. I think that what people want isn't being necessarily put forward. I know in the reaction video we talked about fan service, and Lewis, my good mate, brought it up, and Lewis will tell you that he just loved every single Pokemon game. Noobs is the same, he'll tell you he loves every single Pokemon game. But it's not for me, because Pokemon doesn't offer me anything anymore. It offers me a new 150 Pokemon, a few new items, a few new Mega Evolutions. And Mega Evolution concepts have only been in the game for, let's say, 3 years. And I've sort of grown tired of it. I don't enjoy it. I think maybe they were better off never putting Mega Evolution into the game. But on the flip side, I really enjoy some of the Megas. I really enjoy VGC. I think that even though if I didn't purchase a Pokemon Sun and Moon, I would still borrow someone Sun and Moon just to play VGC. And for me, VGC keeps me entertained. VGC this year is ridiculously overpowered, and there needs to be nerfs. Dark Void should be banned. But as I'm saying this, Pokemon Sun and Moon is Gen 7. And this is going to be the make or break generation for me. And when I say that, I mean, I don't know where I should go from here. I've loved Pokemon. It's been a great game. It's been the childhood for me. It's been how I've made friends. It's how I still make friends. It's been a wonderful adventure on YouTube. The time of recording this video will go up, I don't know, maybe today, I don't know. But I need a challenge. The thing the thing they started doing is they've started trying to make Pokemon interesting. But I need something more than that. I need something that makes me want to fall in love with Pokemon. I want the starters to make me fall in love with Pokemon. I want to know that as soon as I load up that 3DS game, or 4DS game, or whatever DS game, that I'm simply in love. And to be honest, I haven't felt like that since about Gen 4. Gen 5, to put it into context, I didn't even use the starter. In Gen 6, all I used was Mega Charizard. I bought X just for Mega Charizard X. I have both Mega Stones. I got it from Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But it's missing something. And it always has been missing something for me. And it's the competitiveness. It's all fun and good to say you can play a game online, but I want a story. I want to fall in love with the characters. I want to know why my trainer exists. I think what Suzerain does very well is he makes you fall in love with the characters in Insurgence and Zeta, gives you their story. You have no control over who they've came into contact with, but you're the hero. So let's take Insurgence for example. Insurgence has been plagued by cultists in the Torren region. Now look guys, I know Insurgence isn't a finished game, it's only 6 patches in. But the thing that made me fall in love with Insurgence was the graphics, the music, and I wouldn't mind seeing Sun and Moon in a 2D I want a 2D option. I want to play it like the originals. I want to play in that same 2D thing. And for me, I feel as Gen 4, Gen 5, I felt Gen 6, although really cool, I just don't find it appealing. I feel like my childhood sort of went. They sort of upgraded, and I'm sort of stuck in the loop of I've enjoyed it, but have I really enjoyed it? I never played Black and White and Black and White 2. It was just a remake of a poor game. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire really wanted me to fall in love with the series, and I was really keen to do so. The Megas looked really good, but it was too easy. If you missed my reaction video, I said that I could finish most of the games in a day. And it's not something I want to do. I don't go and pay $60 to play a game and then spend hours EV breeding and trading and mucking around with friends, because that's what it relies on, and it's a shame. I hope that the team, the protagonist or whatever you call it, I hope that it's something cool. You know what would be cool? It was Team Galactic reappears. Team Galactic, and we're in Cyrus's new world. But there's a problem. If you're in Pokemon Sun, it's constant nighttime. If you're in Pokemon... if you're Pokemon Sun, it's constant daytime. If you're in Pokemon Moon, it's constant nighttime. And the way Magiana fits into it is Magiana is like the celestial wizard that can alter time, and freeze time, and put things back into cycles. And I think that'd be a really cool sort of plot line, and for some people who've played the originals, I think it'd be cool. You know what sounds silly? I miss losing battles. I mean, I don't take Showdown serious anymore. I take Insurgents and BGC serious, I take League serious. Apart from that, I don't take Pokemon that serious anymore. And that's because of the product. How cool would it be if you're in Cyrus's perfect world and you get to your starters? You walk in to the professor's lab. It's Professor Spruce. Why? Because that's his name. Professor Spruce informs you that just like others who have come before you, you are next in line to succession. You and your rival for the past 10 years have been deemed prodigies because of your parents. Your mother was a great woman. She is known throughout regions. Her name is something very overlooked. And then you get your rival, who's a softer character, who's not as arrogant as some of the previous ones. He's softer to Gary Oak. He wants to help you. He doesn't mind losing a match to you. He speaks softly. You get into the Pokemon's lab and he goes, "Hey, flying by. It's been a while. I've missed you. I'm so glad that we're in this region together, because together we can overcome anything." And you sit there in that lab, and you know that you want to pick the best starter, the one that looks the coolest, the one that you think is going to do the most. You get there, there's a grass starter. You get there, there's a water starter. You get there, there's a fire starter. The professor says, it's not a traditional Pokemon game anymore. You can't do it alone. And Professor Spruce gives you that look. And you look into his eyes. And you know that this man is not incompetent. This man is here by choice. He wants to save those who become victim to Cyrus and Team Galactic. He's just not a man. He's a human being. You go through Route 1. If it the thing I really enjoyed about X and Y was the nostalgia. You walk into Route 1, there's Pidgey. You have a choice to catch it and play the old school way, or there may be someone else. There may be a new mon. There may be a new flying mon. And you get in there and it's Route, and you go through, The first gym is to prove yourself. You and your rival have got to the first gym. It's a town. It's a town in the middle of the forest. Everyone believes that Team Galactic knows where everyone is. And Cyrus, the deranged man he is, who his vision of this perfect world, knows that it's not perfect. He knows there's something wrong. He knows there's something plaguing this new region. And he says to you, I will not believe that you are the chosen one of Professor Spruce. Professor Spruce chose you. He made you pick a starter. And for the first time ever, it's going to be a new gym leader first up. It's going to be a dragon type. Going to have a level 20s. If you choose a harder mode. His last mon is level 20. And you look at him and you know that this is going to be the hardest battle of your life. You know that for years you've been playing Pokemon, but have you been challenged by Pokemon? That's what I care about. I want the challenge to be there. You know what? I think the coolest thing would be if you could go online with a friend and they be your champion. Do you know what? I would love to verse West, or Noobs, or Lewis, or Bobby, or Legnike, or Dylan. I would love it. How cool would that be? You get there, in the room, big lights. It's on the main stage. Cyrus walks in. I have one thing to tell you. I was never really in charge of this perfect world. It was him, your rival. And you're just like, what? This whole time, this guy that's been helping me, my best friend, West, Noobs, Whip, they've helped me this whole time, but really, they're the ones orchestrating these attacks. They're putting countless lives at risks, all because of some game. You're distraught. You look at the screen for a moment, and you're in sheer agony. This partner of yours has turned on you. And he has any money he wants. You know what would be cooler? If they could line battle. So, I could verse West. West might choose, hang on, let's do Noobs. Noobs might have Mega Lucario. Oh, I never prepared for Mega Lucario. Well, there's nothing standard. He might be bringing, I don't know, Bullet Punch, Aurasphere, Nasty Plot, Protect. Who knows? And that's what would make me fall in love with Pokemon again. Some of those little neat tricks and twists you don't normally see. You know what game I loved? Colosseum. Do you know what made me love Colosseum? Is that a friend? I never owned a GameCube, but my one friend had it. Every time I went over to her house, not for no booty calls, we used to play it non-stop. We loved catching Shadow Pokemon. You know what would be cool? If you could capture Team Galactic's Pokemon. But they could capture yours. You could risk mons. You could risk your strongest mon to try to catch theirs, or you could risk your weakest mon to try to catch theirs. You could try to catch their Zubat, but is it worth it? Is it worth risking your level 4 Zubat to catch their level 5 Zubat? These are little tweaks that would make me fall in love with them. Deltamons would make me fall in love with Pokemon. The music could make me fall in love with Pokemon. I want to be at the dead of night playing Pokemon Sun or Pokemon Moon and have the music in my ears. Just perfect. Making me fall in love. Not too loud, not too soft. Just makes me fall in love. One thing that makes me love Insurgents is the music. You fall in love with the music in Insurgents. You regret having to turn it off. Now the other thing that needs to be set up is presets, and they need to fix the internet. When I say presets, I want the presets to be just as if you can set up a menu, it's to set up your online preferences. That is what I want. Now, The reason for that is a lot of my mates and people like A-Drive and YouTubers, I notice they want to play in a certain style, in a certain skin. They can't do it. I could do it on Showdown, but they can't do it on their DS. These guys are forking out, $600 for a capture card and their games and microphone, and let's put in their time effort as well for you guys. And they have to hit the button 20 times just to get there, risking desyncs. It'd be cool if we could pause a match and reload matches. If there's a DC, you can just reload a match. I think there are so many things that Pokemon could do to make me fall in love with Pokemon again. Have 8 badges, have them dual types, have them one type. Have it that when you get halfway through the game, there's another team. It's not just Team Galactic, it's Team Rocket. Giovanni has heard that in the first town there is Mew. Why is Giovanni here? What does he really want? Why does he want Mew? Why does he want Mewtwo? Is Magiana a foul clone? Is making Mewtwo X and making Mewtwo Y so powerful that Giovanni himself wants him? Give my character a backstory. Do I know who my father was? Or don't I? Did my father fight in a war? Did he not? There are so many little things that could make such a great game. Options. I don't want any DLC. I'm happy to pay extra $10 to Smash, but not for Pokemon. Please make IV breeding a lot more easier. Please put an option that we can have like 100 eggs at a time. Please turn down the steps on trying to breed Pokemon. Please make breeding more fun. I love Pokemon. I love VGC. Please make egg moves be able to be taught by a tutor. How about that? A tutor that comes in and teaches your mons egg moves. How nice would that be? You do not know how hard it is to try to breed Lucario with Blaze Kick. Or any mon that has a baby evolution that you can't breed straight away. It is the most annoying thing. I can't harp on it. Make it easier, Nintendo. You know what? I don't care if 1,000 people say, no, actually 1,000,000 people say, but that makes it too easy, Flying Bird. Then everyone will do what you say. Yeah, but that's the point. Anyone can play Showdown. Anyone can go on their computer tomorrow. Go on to Pokemon Showdown. Build a team. Battle on a team. Get to the top of that ladder. Imagine that was on your DS. Imagine if Pokemon rewarded you for your time. Imagine if VGC had off-branches. That they had singles. And you know what? They might make it singles OU. You know what? There's Battle Spot. But no, have Smogon come in. Have Smogon and be like, we're gonna abide by Smogon rules. We are gonna ban Swagger. We're gonna ban Dark Void. We're gonna ban this. The Sleep Laws. This. Now let's be realistic. That wouldn't happen for another 10 gens. And that is what's sad. Is that wouldn't happen for another 10 gens. Do you know why Pokemon Gold and Silver are my favourite games? Because I learned a long time ago they were meant to be the last games. So they played them perfectly. Do you know what made me fall in love with Pokemon Gold and Silver? The graphics. The music. The fact that it offered more than Generation 1. Now the fun fact is I only finished the Johto region of Gold. Because I thought that was all to it. When I went back and played Heart Gold, I played the whole thing. Heart Gold and Soul Silver were a great remake. I'm not going to comment on Fire Red or Leaf Green, because I never played them, but the graphics do look appealing, and Fire Red I'm doing a playthrough of at the moment, and it's enjoyable. But Gold was so cool. Heart Gold, and look, I'm going to talk about Heart Gold, right? Do you know how cool finding out that your Indigo Plateau is the same one you visited in Red and Blue? Like, could you imagine that, right? These aren't just stowaway islands. I know what some people are going to be like, flying by, but what? So what you're saying? All the generations should be connected? No, not necessarily. Not every generation should be a hop skip away. But they should be. I should be able to know where I am. What if, for example, whatever the new town is, right? What if we say, I'm really sorry, I can't remember the Kalos town, right? But what if, I think you versus your mum is the champion in Kalos. Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Especially about details on the games, if about theories and stuff like that, and like what I would want to see. Please don't. These are my opinions. Please offer yours. And if your opinion's better than mine, I'll shout it out on Twitter. And guys, there is a Twitter. There'll be a Twitter link in the description. But, like, how cool would it be if this was the region your mum was from? And the reason why your mum was champion was because she overcame Cyrus. But Cyrus is back. Cyrus has been this perfect world which is plagued by eternal darkness or by eternal day. That was the real issue. That Cyrus wasn't strong enough. He thought he was. And the thing that plagued me and us for so long was we thought we were strong enough. We beat Emerald. We beat Red. We beat Gold. We beat Soul. We built Heart Gold. We beat Kalos. We beat every region. But this whole time, were we good enough? Were we good enough for the perfect world of Cyrus? Because guys, I don't know if you know this, but there's some really cool little subplots you could go. What if Magiana, although could return down and all that, what if Palkia got upset? What if that when you're on the search for this, Dialga, it's Dialga's time, right? You went to save Magiana, but Dialga's there. It's like a raw time, and he freezes time. Sure, I mean, it's focusing on an older gen, but why not? Like, give me a reason why it shouldn't happen. So guys, I know I've probably ranted on long enough, it's been 25 minutes. But I really hope you take in some of my comments, and I really hope you enjoy it. And this has been my Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Sun, or what Nintendo needs to do to make me fall in love with Pokemon.